Here I will go through pros and cons of my each idea and what consequences I can get. So pros, a first idea, it's to observe another semester is I will not cause any conflicts. Um, it will help me to gather more information. It will give me more time for decision making and frees me from any responsibilities for my actions. Cons is I will not improve attendance. It will not improve teachers' knowledge about policies. It will not help me to establish myself as a leader, and it might affect other students of attendance. My second idea was to gather all teaching staff for in-service day and go over state laws and school policies regarding absences. Pros, it will allow me to influence potential unreasonable excuses. It will remind teachers of policies and laws. It will ensure everyone has a fresh knowledge and understanding of standards and expectations regarding school attendance. And it will allow me time to gather additional data points. Cons, certain issues are not addressed, like those cases, 3 cases. It would not change anyhow the outcomes that children already have from missing school. Students that are missing days might be not affected by this meeting. Students that are already missing school will not get any better in their attendance. And people were not following policies might knew that they were doing it, and this meeting will not influence them. So the teachers who already broke the law and allowed students to be absent for so long might continue doing so. And my third idea was to meet with certain teachers and athletic coach to address the issue. First, we'll address certain issues. That's a pro. I will set my authority. I will be able to gather more information about other students, and the attendance rate might be improved. Cons, teachers might think my actions are radical. There might be unpredictable outcomes, and certain teachers may start questioning my authority due to being new to the district. They might say that they know better how it works and question me as a new person in the district, thinking that they know how things are done and I'm being too pushy. As a principal, I would pick option 3. I'm going to go in action in the cases I'm certain about and take more time to investigate cases like Karen's and Carl's. At the point where my option is I don't need to consult stakeholders quite yet. I will re-evaluate the data in the end of the next semester to provide feedback to Dr. Newman and the school board. Also, as the meeting with certain parents will be required, I will make that happen too. Furthermore, I will consider meeting with BLT members to produce the most effective and creative options to address the issue. How I'm going to implement my plan. First, I'm going to email homeroom teachers of Tyron and Christina and the athletic coach of John. I will set the meeting with them separately and discuss the issue. Tyron's case. Tyron's homeroom teacher noted that she would excuse a second week's absence from school. Why wasn't that issue brought up to me? What would be a better way to handle it? The teacher might be arguing that he has average progress in classes and students' parents promise to cut up with schoolwork. I would remind a teacher that school district's attendance policy allows students to miss only 3 days per school from school for personal reasons. So if the parents contacted me about this issue, I would remind that policy to them. Also, I want to mention to this teacher that this is a part of teacher contract to follow school policy. Christina's case. Christina's homeroom teacher initialed and dated each letter and approves them as excused absence. I will remind the teachers that it was minister's responsibility to do it, and she had no legal right to do so. Furthermore, I will personally create a letter and email mail to families to make sure that requirements of the letter signed and submitted requesting approval for absences to attend church meetings are clear. I believe parents should write that letter, not a minister, and also there should be details where, when, and why the student will be gone, and also it should not be, again, more than 3 days, because that's what the policy states. She missed 12 days in one semester, 4 days in a row during 3 different weeks of the first semester. So homeroom teacher obviously overstepped her position, and she made decisions that she wasn't supposed to make. And I don't think she is familiar with policies about who has to sign the letters and date them. And also she had to submit those letters or let administration know about them. I would like to meet with BLT team and create the ways we can address this issue locally and friendly. The reason for this is to ensure that education is prioritized in all circles of our community. The value of religion and education are equally important to us, and we will work with each other for the best benefit of the child. John's case, not from the athletic director requesting that John be excused from Friday afternoons classes to go home and rest during the football season can be an option. First of all, it's a discrimination because other students don't get to do the same thing. John is already missing Tuesday and Thursday afternoons due to physical therapy. I will meet with the athletic director and I will explain that he was in no authority to excuse a student from Friday classes during football season. It affects academic progress, and I will also explain to him that he might tell that it's what the team needs, but I will remind about school policy and rules and jurisdiction of the athletic director. I think I will get the most pushback from that person because he's been in our district for 10 years. And he might be questioning me as a new principal and feeling like he knows better what is the best for the team. So I would remind him, and also he might say that he was coached teams to 5 state championships, and he might say that the district might lose him as a valuable coach. I would say that if it's needed, we can start to look for new candidates. It's not in a threatened way. I would tell him, I would highlight how important he is for our school and how appreciative we are of his work. But policies can be broken, and if it will be more 3 penalties for breaking the policy, after the 3rd one, we'll have to look for a new coach because he is overstepping his authority. And I will remind that employees who can't follow up policies and rules should not be on the duty. Next is Carl's case. I will contact middle school and elementary school principals myself to qualify what is situation with attendance, regardless Carl's siblings. If there are the same patterns as with Carl, I will be working with social services agency, and furthermore, we might go to the court. In the beginning of the year, Mr. Newman encouraged me to work close with this agency and said that the school has a good relationship with them. So I will be seeking legal help and support from them and ensure that children are attending school according to the state law and school policy. Karen's case. I will be meeting with counselor to see why she didn't meet with Karen. Also, I will ask if the conferences were scheduled as parents requested. Furthermore, was a contact made with a student? I will also meet with the homeroom teacher to see if Karen made any personal contact with her, him, or Karen's case is the most mysterious to me, and it needs the most investigation. Why A and B student falls behind, why number of presences increased, why wasn't the midterm exam taken, and no one from administration was informed about it. I will be working close with the school counselor, homeroom teacher, and making sure that meetings with counselor are set with Karen, and if we need to set meetings with her parents. Also, as a part of my plan is to meet with the school newspaper members to public an article about importance of the attendance policy and how we as a school can help teachers, students, school personnel, parents, community members to understand how it impacts students' achievement, future professions, and future college career. I will meet with BLT group to find the most creative ways to deliver that message. We will ensure to include data in the article to prove an importance of future career and college education that is linked to academic achievements, that is linked to attendance. We will try to pursue the reader to ensure he or she does everything in his or her power to keep up the students' attendance in Golden Oaks High School. This newspaper reaches teachers, students, school personnel, parents, and any other community members. We will be able to send the message to everyone who somehow is involved in our district. As you know, sometimes plans don't work. So I came up with plan B in case if teachers might be too resentful. They might not follow up with our meetings and continue excusing students. If my plan doesn't work, I will call the BLT members for a meeting. I believe that our leading members will help me to produce a new plan and show me the options I wasn't able to see alone. Also, I believe I will be able to meet with superintendent to talk about replacement of the teachers who continue breaking their contract. I will ensure that we have a system of penalties, up to 3 penalties, and then after that we will have to replace the teacher. I think it's necessary for everyone who is involved in students' life to follow laws and policies because it affects, first of all, how school works and how school improves education for students. And secondly, it really affects students' lives. So we all have to work together to come up with a better plan. Program standards were used throughout the presentation. I highlighted in red the most important words from standards that I used and implemented in my video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye bye.